just need to get a breath for a minute because this transfer window has been nothing short of absolutely spectacular. It's been a roller coaster of emotions as a Chelsea fan especially, and yeah, deadline day is no different because who saw this coming? Not me for sure. And yeah, Jorginho is going to become an Arsenal player in the next few hours. It's a here we go from Fabrizio Romano, which is just all you need to know. He is going to be an Arsenal player. And yeah, it's just a bit of a weird one, to be honest. It reminds me a lot of when David Luiz moved to Arsenal, if you remember that as well, Chelsea fans and Arsenal fans. It was on deadline day in similar circumstances, came from absolutely nowhere, thin air really. And yeah, Jorginho is going to be moving to Arsenal. I cannot believe I have to say that. And yeah, to be honest, I'm sad to see him go because I was a Jorginho fan. I was kind of on the fence in terms of the fact that, you know, obviously he was one that divided the Chelsea fan base massively in two in terms of people that loved him and people that absolutely hated him. I was really in the middle. I think he's a great player personally, and I think that he offers you a lot of, you know, good traits in terms of, you know, being a footballer in the modern day game, in terms of his spatial awareness, knowing where to be, his passing and moving of the ball, his ability to dictate tempos of the games on his own. I mean, you definitely saw that more than anything at Euro 2021 when Italy won the Euros. I think Jorginho was absolutely crucial in that win. But at the same time, I can understand why a lot of Chelsea fans think that he's not up to the level in terms of what exactly we need in midfield, which I just think is an absolute destroyer in the sixth position, like a Casemiro or a Rodri. Not necessarily, you know, a destroyer, but someone who's, you know, got a big frame but can also, you know, use the ball at his feet as well. And look, I wasn't exactly 100% against him leaving the club, but to Arsenal, I mean, that's just, it doesn't sit right with me whatsoever, to be fair. And I know we got, you know, £10 million plus 2 million in add-ons if Arsenal win the league, I think it is, for, you know, a player who has, you know, less than 6 months in his contract, which I think is good business from a financial perspective, but to strengthen our, you know, rivals in a title challenge as well. But if it was up to me, I actually would have rathered him walk away in the summer for free than sell him to Arsenal in January to, you know, almost give them a much better chance of, you know, winning the Premier League title this season, which no Chelsea fan or anyone associated to Chelsea wants to see, I think it's fair to say. And yeah, I think he'll be a really good signing for Arsenal. I think it massively helps their chances of, you know, winning the Premier League this season. Obviously they're, you know, what, 8 points clear at this moment in time. I think Jorginho will really help that in terms of being able to control games, because there will be games in the second part of the season where Arsenal will be under a little bit of pressure, and I think Jorginho having his presence in midfield, especially next to someone like Thomas Partey who can do all the dirty work to a sense, and in terms of winning the ball back and being that aggressive midfielder, I think having Jorginho next to Thomas Partey, I think they'll complement each other really well in that midfield, and I think having Jorginho will massively affect the flow of the game and will turn games onto Arsenal's side in terms of possession. And yes, so what are Arsenal getting in Jorginho? As a Chelsea fan, I can say he's a decent player. I think he'll be a really good signing for Arsenal. Like I said, I think he suits Mikel Arteta's system down to the ground. I can see exactly where he wants to play him, which is probably next to Thomas Partey, like I said, where he'll be able to move the ball really well, just keep hold of possession and dictate, you know, the tempos of games really and control games, which I think Arsenal will really want. And yeah, in terms of where it leaves Chelsea, I mean, I'm a little bit on edge at this moment in time because obviously with the departure of Jorginho, we need a midfielder, I think it's fair to say. Ideally a number 6, but I just don't think it's going to happen at this moment in time. Maybe Enzo Fernandez comes in the door. That's why I'm probably going to do a live stream straight after this video, so if you're watching this video within the first few hours of it being uploaded, feel free to join the stream and watch my anxiety increase the longer the time that we don't get Enzo Fernandez tonight. But yeah, we do need a midfielder, and whether it is Enzo Fernandez or even a late bid for Moises Caicedo, which is unlikely because I can't see Brighton selling him, you know, this late in the window, or it's just some random fucker that we end up pulling off the streets essentially, like you know, Dennis Zakaria, who you know, signed for us on the last few hours of deadline day in the summer. And yeah, we've lost our only real natural number 6, to be fair, that's actually fit at this moment in time. I mean, N'Golo Kante is injured, even though I wouldn't necessarily classify him as a 6. Zakaria is obviously injured, we don't know when he's going to be back, so it is a little bit risky in terms of the options we have now in midfield. And also we've lost a good voice in the dressing room as well. There's no doubt whatsoever that Jorginho is a little bit of a leader, and you know, he was our vice captain for a reason. And yeah, I think that's one thing that will massively affect Arsenal as well in a positive way, is Jorginho's leadership, especially given his experience in winning the Euros with Italy, winning a Europa League with Chelsea, winning a Champions League with Chelsea, and being crucial in all those wins. So I think it's a very good signing for Arsenal. I think it's a poor loss for Chelsea, even though I can understand why it was made, to be fair, and I think that we do need to, you know, replace him in the summer with a proper holding midfielder now. But yeah, in conclusion on his Chelsea career, just want to thank Jorginho. I think he's been a really good servant to the club, especially given how he started, obviously, under Maurizio Sarri in his first season. He got absolute dog's abuse from the Chelsea faithful, which I don't think was fair whatsoever, but I think he's, you know, overturned a lot of people's heads in terms of the Chelsea community, and I think a lot of people will be sad to see him go, and a lot of people, even if they aren't sad to see him go, will appreciate that he was a good player for us overall, and I think overall for the fee we paid, I think he was overall a successful signing. But yeah, we move on now. We see if we can get Enzo Fernandez over the line. Hopefully it happens, otherwise I will be crying, to be fair, on stream later on, I can't lie. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, make make sure to leave a like. It'd be massively appreciated as per usual. It helps me out more than you can imagine. And also if you could subscribe to the channel as well, that would be massively appreciated. We are looking to hit 1,800 subscribers on this channel as soon as we possibly can, so every single one of you that hits that subscribe button will be helping me out massively in reaching that goal as soon as possible. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.